Hey everybody, how we doing today? So welcome to Repairing More Broken Stuff. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to repair a broken HOBIE Mirage drive chain. That's this guy here. Basically, it drives from one pedal to one fin, and occasionally those will break. Not only am I going to show you how to repair it, but I'm going to show you how to do it for about less than half the cost. So let's get to it. So basically we've got a almost brand new Mirage drive. The prior owner took really good care of it. Every time they used it, brought it home, washed it down with fresh water, let it dry, and then sprayed all the metal components with WD-40 or some sort of lubricant to prevent rust and corrosion. Mine, on the other hand, never saw fresh water unless it rained, and didn't use really any oil on it. And therefore, I've broken 3 of these chains, and yeah, it gets pretty expensive. What you're looking at for replacements of these are $59.99 each for this. These are HOBIE products, so they have straight pricing. It doesn't matter where you go, it's $59.99. However, I'm going to show you a way if you basically have broken the chain. Now, I've broken the chain as well as I've broken the actual wire part here, right where it meets at the coupler. The wires are exposed, they rust, and they'll snap off there. If that's where it breaks, you're SOL, you got to spend 60 bucks and replace them. If the chain breaks, that's what I'm going to show you how to do today for less than half the cost. And basically there's 2 of these chains, so you're looking at a $120 repair based on the fact that if one of them breaks because of rust and corrosion, more than likely the other one is going to be right behind it, so you might as well replace it. But yeah, let me show you how we do it. Alright, to remove the chain and the cable, just follow it along, and you'll see it ends on this nut here. Use a 7/16 or 11 millimeter and just undo the jam nut, flip it over, and you'll find the same thing on the other side, and that'll allow you to basically take the cable off. To do the repair, we need replacement chain and 2 end links. So you're going to need one for each side and then the chain on the center of it. Now, where to get the links and chain, I got them from McMaster Car. This is basically a packing slip with all the information of the items there. But I'll go through on the website and give you a rundown how to order it. Basically, cost-wise, they sell the chain by foot, $17.30 a foot. I was thinking, hey, this is probably a good item to possibly sell on my store, AllAboutTheBait.com. But the problem is that they don't discount it when you buy bulk. So even though you buy 1 foot or you buy 10 feet, it's still $17.30 a foot. So it wasn't worthwhile. But you're going to need 1 foot, and then when we cut it, you're going to have enough to do 2 sections. Then the links are $3.60 each, and you're going to need 4 of them in order to do 2 sets. And that comes out to $31.70 for a foot and 4 links, plus $2.38 tax for Florida, and they have a flat $11.23 for shipping. That comes out to $45.31, but enough to do 2 of them. So as I mentioned before, a single replacement from HOBIE is $60. So basically $120 to get 2, and we're going to get 2 of them for $45.31. Alright, so here's the order process. Basically, you're going to go to www.mcmasters.com, and this is the part number for the chain, 6264K84. And also we've got the link for it is 6264K51. So when we go to their website here, we could plug in for the chain, and it brings up the information for the chain. You plug in how many feet you want. Remember, 1 foot of chain will get you 2 sets. So you can order how many that you want there. Then these are the different options that you can get, and we want the connecting link. That's going to be our 2 ends, and you need 2 for each set, so we're going to need 4 of those if you want to do 2 sets. and that is 6264K51. And if you click on that, then you could basically order as many you need there. Checkout, shipping is $11 and whatever I said. Priority mail, so it's pretty quick, 2 to 3 days, and you're all set. Now the first step is that we need to remove the old chain, and then the second step is we need to cut down the new chain so that the lengths are matching. And there's two different ways that you can do it. If you work on bicycles and you have a chain breaker, which is basically like a hand vise slash punch, you could basically press out one of the pins wherever you need to. I don't have one, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grind one side of the pins and then tap it out with a punch. So what I need to do is count how many links I'm going to need, and remember that we're going to be using these couplers on both ends, so they're going to be an additional one for each one of these. So I'm going to count how many links are here. I'm going to subtract 2, and that's how many links I'm going to need on this piece, because then I'm going to add a link on either end, the connector on either end, and that's going to get us back to the original count, and then we can go forward from there. Now I don't need my big old grinder. We're just going to want to take the head off there, so I'm just going to use my dry grinder, cut it a few times, and I should be able to punch it out fairly easily. So let's see here. Alright, now we're going to want to punch that out. I've got a little punch here. There's a little hole in the board, and we should be able to just tap it out. There we go. Pins out, and then we have our end. So basically I'm going to do the other side, get rid of the old chain, and then I'm going to need to count these out and then cut the same thing for the new one to get all of our pieces. Alright, so now that I have the old one off, I can match it up and look to see where I need to cut the new chain. So I've got one of the couplers on this end, so that matches with the end there. And then as we come across, this is the last link there. So I've got a coupler that will replace here. So I need to remove this link going this way. And then this is where the new coupler will go, and then that'll be perfectly matched up. So let me cut this pin right here, and that one should be ready. Okay, now we have all of our components to assemble it. We've got our new chain cut down to length. We have our 2 end connectors there and our 2 old cables. Now what I'm going to do is first I'm going to mount one side, and then I'm going to test it against the actual Mirage drive to see how this second cable, if it goes this direction or if it has to be mounted that direction, since I'm not sure yet. So let's get this first side assembled. So assembly's pretty easy. We're going to take our clip there, put it through the one side, then put the chain on the other side. Then we're going to put the end cap on. This can be kind of a little bit figgly to get on there, because that's gone perfectly straight. That needs to snap on. There it goes. And that leaves a little bit of an edge exposed for our retention clip here. So the way that'll work is, oh, I should have did it the other way, is gonna put that clip over the first one. So it started, and there's little grooves in the pins that this little clip slides into, and then we're just gonna push it on there until it snaps. You'll see the little teeth there, and then we'll be ready to go. That wasn't too bad. I just used this little flat metal piece and then pushed it on until it snapped in, and you can tell it's in the groove there, so it's locked in place. So that side is good. Okay, I just temporarily mounted it on the one side so I can see which direction the other side needs to be. So So that's going to fit in there. If I flip it around, this side has to go through there and like that. Bam. Okay. So now I know which side this has to be facing. It needs to go in like that. Alright, so let me put that pin on and then we'll be done. And in case you're wondering, it's same pointing in the same direction, so good to know. Now I'm just got to put the pin on, get it started. Once I've got it there, I could just use a screwdriver or anything to push it and snap it on. And there it goes. Snap. And that is all set and ready to be mounted. Now assembly is pretty easy. Just gonna stick it through the slot there, bring the chain up, give yourself some slack, and then this gets pointed down and pushed into the hole. Give yourself some more slack if it's needed. The other side's the harder part. And push it in. And just get the nut started. Don't thread it down way because you want that little bit of slack. Help you to get the other one on. There we go. Push this back through. Okay. Even it out so it's sitting flat, and then it has the same links on both sides right there. And then we'll flip it over and put the nut and bolt on this side. This one's a little harder, but you just basically lift on that and that gives you some slack. And to bend it into the hole. There it goes. And then put the nut. And once you've got that, then it's just a matter of doing the fine adjustment, or we're just going to tension it up. For tension, I basically just start threading and I go evenly back and forth, watching how much thread gap there is so that they stay even on both sides. Then I take a look at the tension on the cable here. Just want it so that it takes off the slack. You don't want to tighten so it's snug. You just want it so that there's still a little play, but this is not going to fall off the edge there, and you just have a little bit of play. Then you could open it and close it just in the air, just to make sure that it's swiveling just right and it's not binding up. And you, like I said, you just want to make sure that there's not too much tension. You don't want this rock solid. You want just barely so that it's got tension, and then it's still got flex in the cable, so it won't slide off, but you have some movement there, and that's just enough. You put too much tension, that's how you're going to start breaking this stuff. This is going to break here pretty soon, and I'm going to be SOL. The cable's going to be fine. I mean, the chain's going to be fine, but the cable you can see is kind of rusty, and that'll be next to go. So I just want to keep it loose and make it last a while. So there you go. Let me just do the other side and we'll be all set. All right, so that is how to replace a HOBIE Mirage drive chain assembly for less than half the price. So that's the best part. Not too difficult, just take your time. And anyways, thanks for watching, and I will see you next video. Bye.